Hi, in this presentation, we're going to talk about your security responsibilities at the Pensacola elastomers plant with Celanese while you're working with Sphurion. We're going to provide you information that will assist you to better understand your role and responsibility to ensure that we have a secure workplace. You're going to learn that security is everybody's business and what that means to you. We'll talk about potential security risks and the actions that you should take, and then our security response plans and procedures. So our expectation for security at our site is just like safety. It's everybody's responsibility. We have security devices like the badge admission system, fences, gates, and cameras. You'll see those all over the facility. We need to consider the security of our surroundings as we perform our activities, especially when you're arriving or leaving the property or as you walk around the facility. We must wear and display our ID at all times. So you will be issued a badge. You are expected to have a lanyard or a pulley clip thing and display your badge at all times. It cannot be in your pocket. It cannot be in the break room. It needs to be on you and displayed. We want you to report any suspicious activity or packages to a manager, to supervision. Alcohol, drugs, firearms, explosives, drug paraphernalia are not allowed at PSEP. Sphurion or Celanese has the right to search your property on site, such as your car, locker, or bags, if there is a suspicion that this policy has been violated. In the past, our plant has worked with the Escambia County Sheriff's Office when they have suspected firearms or anything like that in someone's vehicle. They are not allowed on the site, not even the ammunition. Same with drugs and alcohol, even empty containers. So just make sure before you come to work that all that is out of your vehicle. So what is suspicious activity? We'd say that would be someone trying to gain access to the site through a perimeter fence, someone forcing entry into vehicles, acting aggressively, maybe someone was taking photos, someone trying to get you to badge them through the security gates, or even an unmarked package left in an area unattended. What we want you to do is pretty simple. We just want you to report it to your supervisor and do it so immediately. We do not expect you to challenge a suspicious person. We just want you to get in touch with supervision. Never allow anyone to use your badge, nor should you badge them in, even if you know the person works on our site. I'll give you a scenario. We might send someone home because they got into an argument with someone earlier on in the day. And so for everybody's safety, we've turned off their badges and sent them home for 24, 48 hours to let the situation cool down. If that person then shows up to work and says, hey man, my badge isn't working for some reason, and you badge them in, now you are in a situation where you're going to be terminated. Do not badge in anybody under your badge. It is for to let you out, you in and out, and you only. So don't risk it. Don't put yourself in that situation. You only use your badge. Plus, that's also how your time is recorded. So if you're not badging in and out, it will lead to a mistake on your check. All right. So there are different security emergencies that we have. We like to go over the training for them. One of those is a bomb threat. If you should be the person to answer a bomb threat call, you just want to stay calm and try to keep the caller on the phone. Listen carefully and take notes of the time, caller ID, and words of the caller. Use the bomb threat checklist to ask questions of like who or what is the target, what kind of bomb is it, where is it located, when will it go off. You're basically asking them a lot of questions to try to keep them on the phone. You want to advise the caller that people are inside the facility, advise supervisors immediately, and then a search will be done by designated professionals. We could also have an active shooter. If that were the case, you're going to want to seek shelter and lock and barricade the doors, turn off lights, close blinds, block windows, turn off radios and computer monitors, keep occupants calm, quiet, and out of sight, keep yourself out of sight and take adequate cover and protection, silence cell phones and other communication devices. One of the things that can happen during an active shooter situation is it might be reported on the news, and if you are hiding in a location with other people, your family member could see that happening on the news and call you to check on you. And it might alert the shooter. If your phone is not silenced, it can alert the shooter to your location. So that's the reason why we want you to silence your cell phones in that kind of situation. So in an active shooter situation, if you're in contact with the police, you should be able to report your location, the number of people who are in your location, what types of injuries they might have, the assailant's location if you know it, a description of the assailant and the weapon to the best of your knowledge. There are 3 types of intruders. You could have an activist, which is an intruder whose action aims to disrupt normal operations and interfere with employee access. So this could be like people protesting right outside the doors of the facility. Trespassers would be an intruder who gains unauthorized access to a felony's property for the purpose of committing a crime against person or property. That might be someone related to someone who works with us or not. And then you have terrorists, and then who's an intruder who intends to do significant harm through use of terror, violence, and intimidation. So how do we respond to an intruder? Again, as with all of these things, we want you to contact your supervisor immediately and to not attempt to deal with it on your own. So our security plan. So we use OIMS, which is short for Operations Integrity Management System, as a guiding protocol for developing our site-specific security protocols. Our plan was developed and implemented by Business Line Management. It was approved through Global Security. Security plans are regularly reviewed and audited to ensure that their measures are effective. So to wrap everything up, today we face threats to our security by external and internal parties. To maintain a secure site, we must all be vigilant and aware of our surroundings, gates, perimeter identification. Security is everyone's responsibility, and our plant has a plan to keep the site secure, and the plan is reviewed regularly. The point I really like to drive home with this particular presentation is the point about your badge. It does need to be on you and displayed at all times. If your clip breaks or something like that, get in touch with your team lead. We can get you another one. That will not be an acceptable excuse for not displaying it. Also, like I mentioned, never, ever, ever badge anyone in with your badge. Don't use a guest badge to leave the facility. If any violations as far as the badge protocol goes can result in your immediate termination, and has in the past for previous employees. So everybody stay safe, and that's the end of this one.